Hello, Astral Dude is back at it again with another video. I'm using this voice because, well, why not? Anyway, today we're gonna be diving deep into the lore of Blox Fruits, the elemental users of destiny, the Three Kings. Now if you have read the book, you can stay, but if you haven't and you don't want to get spoiled, leave the chat. Anyway, let's get started. So first, let's talk about the plot for the Three Kings. So basically Don and his friends find super fruits falling from the sky, and a prophecy falls as well. Don takes a prophecy, then Dark Don comes in to explain the prophecy, then he teleports everyone to different islands except for the five, Don, Olsen, Prince, Dimorian, and Archie, which are the elemental users of destiny. There's also another thing the group has to accomplish, and that's finding the lost fruit so the planet won't die. So first let me cover the Three Kings. I'll show you images of them, but these are only AI images. Once I master digital art, then I could draw these characters and show them to you guys. But these images represent what they're gonna look like. Let's start off with King Midnight. King Midnight is a 46-year-old who has eaten the lunar fruit. He is wise in a villainous way, ruthless, he would choose violence more than anything, and he rushes into fights. As said in King Midnight's backstory, he used to be known as the Astral Admiral. Though he wasn't an admiral, it was a nickname people called him because of his supernatural abilities. Let me explain his backstory. When King Midnight was a kid, he dreamed of having supernatural powers. That was until he found the astral fruit sitting right next to his treehouse. He was excited and ate the fruit, causing him to have powers. People called him the Astral Admiral, not because he's an admiral because he was never an admiral, but because of his new superpowers. He tried saving people but always failed. Then he got into a fight at school with another student, which was his bully, and he beat the brains out of this bully, causing the bully to lose 2 fingers. King Midnight obviously went to jail because of the thing on the screen. Also, when he was sitting in jail, the moon through the wind of the jail cell gave him dark power, turning his astral fruit into the lunar fruit because of how dark and bitter he was. The moon was also a full moon. He broke out of jail and went somewhere else to build a kingdom. He used his powers to create guards and servants. His real name is Ericus, by the way. Now here's some more stuff we know about King Midnight. As a baby he loved hedgehogs, really loved them. Also, he wants Planet Night to happen, because he feels revengeful and wants everything to die. Now that King Midnight is done, let's move on to King Dune. Next up is the Doe Prodigy. Now, the Doe Prodigy is a strategist and is the smartest of the Three Kings. As a kid he loved to eat donuts and different types of sweets. The Doe Prodigy is 35 years old and this guy fights with a mind. He is the second strongest of the Three Kings and he despises his brothers. He crashes out most of the time, and his human race transformation makes him go insane. Having sharp teeth and red eyes and everything. He was the first one to almost take down Don. Now just so you know, the Doe Prodigy is not a Katakuri ripoff. You know the guy in this Blox Fruits title? Yeah, that's him. AI didn't even do well, to be honest. Also, even though in the first book, he was almost described as Katakuri, he changed his fit in the next books, so you can't copyright strike me now, One Piece. Take that. The Doe Prodigy wants the lost fruit because he thinks it's a treasure. Now let's move on to King Dune. Oh yeah, King Dune by the way, the youngest, the Doe Prodigy is 25 years old. Ignatius. He's elegant, and wears a crown that represented his father's death. He has sand powers and he now rules a kingdom in the dunes. He doesn't like arrogance, and he acts like a good guy in Chapter 1. In Book 2, King Dune was actually an antagonist who was planning to revive King Midnight with the last nightmare. King Dune also had a wife which was the elegant pirate. She has the dino fruit which allows her to transform into 1 dinosaur per day. There's not really much I could say about King Dune, except for the fact that he acts like he's elegant, has sand powers, and can transform into a titanoboa. He knows how to fight, only in his beast form. See, King Dune doesn't know how to fight, which is why he's considered the weakest of the Three Kings. His name is also finding the lost fruit. He loved playing in sand as a baby. He's elegant, what did you expect? Anyway, let's move on to their parents. King Magnitude is the 4th brother of the Three Kings, and he is the 2nd oldest. He's at the age of 36, and he explains how their parents died. And as simple as that, their parents died in a car crash. The three kings didn't care about their deaths, and they decided to go on a rampage after they died. The kings were more villainous than before. That's all about the three kings. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go on Rakuten Kobo to get Blox Fruits, the elemental users of destiny. Now have a heavenly time.